So welcome back everyone, Mike here. I am down here in the thick stuff. I'm trying to make an opening to get over to that pole right there. I was planning on starting to dig for the electric line for the new building, and I was going to start up by the building and work my way this direction. And then I got up this morning and it was raining just a little bit, not too bad, then it quit. And then I checked the radar and there's a whole bunch coming right now. Kind of funny because as of yesterday, they weren't calling for any rain at all. So I figured, you know what, I'll come down here and at least get this area cleaned up here. I kind of dropped the ball on this one a little bit. I should have had all this cleaned up before they came and marked the lines. But to tell you the truth, I didn't even really think there was that much here. You know, you never look over at this area or anything. And the guy showed up late yesterday. It was dark. So I had to come down here with my chainsaw and at least got him a path through there. But I'm debating on where to bring that electric line, you know, from the pole to the building. All these flags right here, that's my telephone, which we don't use anymore, cable, and electric going up to the house. That's what all that is. Then over here, we've got two old telephone lines, one from 1971 and the other from 1975. They go over here through the yard that way. I need to bring the electric line from about where the man door is up there down right past the end of that Schedule 40 pipe sticking out for the downspouts, across the yard to here. Then from here, I'm debating on where to go. My first thought was to go high through that pile of brush over there, get that all cleaned up, and then come down on an angle to the pole, because I didn't want to dig right alongside of all these wires here. I wanted to just cross them one time. But the problem is, right over there is a guide wire for that telephone pole. You know, it's sitting on the corner, and that guide wire right there is holding that pole from going that way. So I don't want to dig around that guide wire. So I'm thinking my only option is to come right in here like this and cross right through here. So I'll dig on both sides and do a bunch of hand digging in the middle there. Plus I'm going to have to deal with all these tree roots right here. This is going to take some time right in here. I have some more trees that I have to take out. That one right there by the pole. I need my pole saw a little bit to trim some of the limbs off first. And then I'm just going to clean all this stuff out of here. I might as well just get it done with. So I was down here working. I was kind of having some flashbacks of something that happened here about probably about 25 years ago. I was down here doing the same thing. However, the power company was here. Now back then, they ran the line in the ditch. Now it's my responsibility from the pole to the building, which is fine. But like I said, back then they ran the line. Well, there were some trees down here by the pole. They needed someone to cut it. So I grabbed my chainsaw and I came, you know, running down kind of in a hurry. Bunch of guys standing around, all that. I'm trying to keep them working. So I come down through the yard with my chainsaw over towards that pole. Now I was walking down through here, and this wasn't as grown up as it is now, but there were some small trees right along the top of the bank here. And I notched one of them and I was kind of pulling it back, you know, away from this telephone line up here. And I went to get the next one and I slipped, and I don't know exactly what happened, but that chainsaw hit me right on the knee. I mean, right on the kneecap. You know, one of those deals? As soon as I hit my knee, I just dropped the saw and I stood straight up, and I knew I hit it pretty good, you know, but I was kind of afraid to look. So I just kind of reached down with my hand, and I could feel that my jeans were ripped, and I pulled my hand up and there was some blood on my hands. I thought, oh boy. But it didn't hurt, you know, extremely bad or anything. Well, I'm like, well, I'm going to have to take a look at this. So I slowly kind of bent down, and I could see my jeans were torn and all that. And I went up to the house. I could walk fine and all that. And I took my pants off, and luckily, I mean, it cut my knee. Never really hit the bone or anything. You know, there's not much between skin and bone on your knee. But I just kind of ripped the skin right there, and it was bleeding pretty good. But that was about the extent of my injury. So, how's it going? It's raining. It wasn't supposed to rain today.
I know, and it's cold.
Cold and rainy, and they're calling for more rain tomorrow.
I did hear for Sunday, but not today.
I was just telling them the story But when we built our house down here, and the power company was here, and I hit my knee with a chainsaw. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we didn't build our house down here.
Well, I didn't mean down here. I meant this is where the power line was. Yeah.
We moved it.
Yeah. I've been asking about this leaf blower, Steel BGA 85. Nowhere near the power as that big BR 800, but we have two leaf blowers. This little one here and the big one. And I use this one. We all do, all the time. But these work great. For getting a fire cooking. Well, I promised Hunter, Melissa, I'm going to take him somewhere in a little bit, and it's a little bit. Looks like a good rain delay.
Yeah.
It's not raining real hard, but I just checked the radar, and it's going to get worse.
Is it?
Yeah. So I was talking about, you know, hitting my knee with that chainsaw, and that's a lot of times that's how accidents happen. You know, when you're prepared to go out and cut a tree down, or you're going out to cut some firewood, you kind of think things through a little bit. But in that situation, you know, it's kind of in a hurry. There's a bunch of guys working here. Just grabbed the saw, started cutting, and that's what happens.
I had a mishap this morning.
What happened to you this morning?
I was picking up dog poop, and I just have a little shovel and a bigger shovel, and I balance the dog poop. I walk over the fence and chuck it over the fence. Well, the ground was covered with acorns, and I go cruising over. I'm ready to chuck it, and whoom! It was like I was on roller skates, and my knee collapsed. I fell, and the shovel and the poop went over the fence.
Wow.
And I'm laying on the ground, and all three dogs turned and looked like,
what happened
what's
there?
she doing? And I instantly was like, did anyone see that? So, yeah, if you check our cameras, you might get some good footage of that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Hunter and I just got back, and Melissa's over there working away in the rain.
I love it. That's my favorite part. I'll tell you why. Such authority to the fire.
All right, Melissa's getting this cleaned up pretty good. When I come back, I'll do a little cutting, but right now I'm going to put the forks on the BX, head out to the mini cabin. I got a bunch of, you know, leftover lumber and stuff. Just kind of clean that up. Nice day for a fire.
It is a nice day. There's
takes the chill
here and there. Yeah. Someone like me that's always, I don't like damp cold. It gets me cold.
Oh, I know. It could be
cold. My hands get cold. Look, I had to pull my gloves off because I'm sweating inside here. So this new Ariat coat is going to smell like smoke on the outside and sweat on the inside. I guess that's what you want when you're outdoors.
All right, I got most everything picked up. There's still some small, you know, little scrap pieces laying around. I'll probably come back out with the bucket on, gather up all that stuff. But I got all my sawhorses, ladders, and a little bit of leftover lumber here. So this has been a lot of work. It really has. But I mentioned the other day, you know, I just kind of worked on it as time allowed. If I were to build another one, you know, it could be smaller than this, and I would build it at the house, maybe 4x4 or 5x5, and then come out in the woods and just set the posts and a platform and set it up on with the forks on the tractor. That would be so much easier. This one's only, you know, the floor's only 6 feet off the ground really, but by the time you get up there to the roof, you're just up and down on a ladder the whole time, and it was a lot of work, it really was, but I'm happy with the way it all came out. So I was out in the woods there for a little bit, gathering up that lumber at the mini cabin, and came back, and Melissa's been busy working here, and she actually changed my mind. I was talking before, you know, about coming this way with the electric line. I think what we'll do, she's got this all opened up and it looks a lot different now. I'll come right through here, clean all this mess up. If it wasn't so wet right now, I'd get on the MX with the grapple, but we got this nice fire going here. Kind of a nice day just to be tinkering around here at the fire, isn't it?
Feels good, but you know what? These little buggers.
Oh yeah, the jaggers. There's one got you.
You know what? I had a big piece of wood, log like, and I'm trying to turn with it. That thing got caught in my ponytail. My hat was coming off. I'm sure every car driving by was like, look at this chick.
But what I'm thinking, we'll come right through here and then around that guide wire right to the pole. Doing that, I can cross this line perpendicular right here. That'll work out much better.
Once again, I open your eyes.
All right, I loaded up the fire there a little bit. I'm gonna let it burn down for a while. I think now I'm gonna head over to the old apple orchard. I got that trail camera over there. Swap memory cards out. We'll see if there's anything on those cameras. Okay, we'll do a little switcheroo here. All right, once I get back over to the house, if there's any pictures worth sharing, I'll put them in right now. All right, if you remember, when I swapped that memory card out, we had a little bit of snow in the ground. First picture was a turkey the next morning. There's a little doe there. A little buck. Can't really tell which one he is. Another doe. And I think this here, yeah, that's a different buck. But I get a lot of pictures. I don't know. I've probably got pictures of 6 or 7 different buck, but nothing real big. That's all right. Nice little doe. This is one of the few pictures from in daylight hours. This trail that I have this camera on, mostly I only see activity at night on it. I really enjoy these trail cameras. I need to take more time, set a few more up, you know, maybe even 5 or 6 different parts of the property. It's just kind of nice to see, you know, what's going on while you're back at the house or off on another piece of the property working or whatever. But like I said, this one here, bunch of small bucks, couple doe, but this is all in a matter of 3, maybe 4 days tops. Another little buck there. Yeah, it's a little 4-point. Look the way his neck's swollen up. There's a lot, like I said, a lot of little bucks. Nothing real big, but a lot of these will make it through this year. Should have some pretty good ones next year. I know there's a few good ones out there right now. They just, they're hard to get pictures of. There's a raccoon. But anyway, I know this video is kind of all over the place, but if you take one thing away from this video, remember I mentioned at the beginning, you know, when you're getting in a hurry and you need to make a few quick cuts with a chainsaw, take as much precaution as you would when you're preparing to go fell a tree or cut some firewood. I don't know about you guys, but that's the last time that I got hurt with a saw, was when I was in a hurry doing something real simple and real easy. But anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. Like I always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends. Thanks.